Lucky lesson 13. What you doing? Vocab, then another 16-minute chapter plus embedded questions, then a journal entry, and then you're essentially free to do what the heck you want as long as it's legal. So let's carry on. Open your notebooks. Write these down. Ghouls. Maybe you've heard this word before. They're basically just like zombies. They're definitely real. They totally exist. Just kidding. Evil beings that rob graves and feed on dead bodies. Boggles. In the book today, they're mentioned as a noun. I've never heard of this word as a noun. Just like ugly, evil creatures. But as a verb, I've definitely heard this, and you probably have too. Oh, that boggles my mind. That is totally mind-boggling. It's like, it's overwhelming / crazy. I can't even handle it. I can't understand it. This is way more common. In the book today, it's this as a noun. Ogres, you probably know what that is. Evil giants who feed on humans. That guy, this handsome fellow. Also, Shrek is an ogre. Minotaur, that would be half human, half bull. So this guy, also definitely real. Actually, the myth of the Minotaurs comes from Greek mythology. So that would be the king of Minos used to sacrifice his prize bull every year. So a different prize bull every year to Poseidon. But then one year there was a beautiful calf that was so exquisite that was born that he couldn't sacrifice it. So he kept that one for himself and sacrificed his second best to Poseidon. And Poseidon knew, as gods generally do, and punished King Minos and his wife by having them essentially give birth to a Minotaur, a little baby boy with a bull head. A hag is just a witch. You don't need a picture of that. Spectre is another word for a ghost. Cheek, all right. You know that it's this, or your face cheeks, or your butt cheeks. But did you know to give someone cheek is like to mouth off at them, to disrespect them? Yeah. Within the Judeo-Christian narrative, if you turn the other cheek, so Jesus said, if someone hits you, turn your other cheek. In other words, let them hit your other cheek. That's how strong of a pacifist he was. But this is the opposite, essentially. If you give someone cheek, it's disrespect. Treachery is just betrayal. Jot that down if you don't know that word. Forfeit has a couple meanings. As a verb, it's to lose as a penalty for wrongdoing. As a noun, it's penalty. It's the penalty itself. So in other words, if you cheat, you forfeit your right to attend the field trip next month. It's a verb. As a noun, it might be, he parked illegally and he had to pay a forfeit. Renounce, it's like reject. I, the queen, renounce your claim to the throne, my son, for you have been treacherous. You betrayed the family. Renounce. No one really says renounce anymore. We should say it more often. People say reject more often. Or you could renounce war if you're a pacifist. You're like, war's bad, guys. 2 expressions. To crave audience. This is an old and formal way of saying that you want to meet. If you were to say to me, Ms. Carlson, I crave your audience, or I crave audience with you, I'd be like, oh, impressive. In case you don't know, you probably know this, but in case you don't know, the English word crave, it means to desire strongly. Like, we say that all the time. We never say to crave audience, but we would say like, I'm craving chocolate right now. But it's based on Old Norse, or it's quite related to Swedish kräva, which is to demand, as you know. So it doesn't mean the same thing anymore, but it came from Old Norse. Thanks, Scandinavians. Safe conduct is the same as permission to enter enemy territory without harm. So if you request safe conduct from me, I will grant it. I could say, if you bring me this gold, I guarantee you safe conduct through my dominions. Anyway, study. Push pause and study. All right. Like I said, short chapter, some embedded questions, not too difficult. It's an interesting chapter. Here's your journal entry. So, why is this not moving? There we go. And by this, I mean me. Go to Google Classroom, open your Narnia journal entries document, and pick one of these three to write a paragraph about. Guys, a paragraph is at least 6 sentences, at least. If you write 1 or 2, I don't care because I'm over it. I actually do care. It makes me mad. But I'm not going to tell you about it because you are 13, almost 14. Some of you might even be 14. I don't know. Probably. Right? Anyway, you could choose this one. Describe a situation wherein you meet Aslan face to face. Aslan, by the way, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Aslan means lion in Turkish. Pretty cool. Thank you, student in 7B, for telling me that. And the name of the White Witch, by the way, Jadis or Jadis, I've heard it pronounced differently by different people, is apparently Persian for witch. But if any of you speak Persian, please either correct my pronunciation or tell me if that's true. I would appreciate that. Anyway, so Aslan's just this amazing character, and you could imagine that you're meeting him face to face, just like write about the senses, his golden fur, his warm eyes, his deep voice, how you feel while meeting him. If you're not interested in that, answer this question. Mrs. Beaver notices that the White Witch can't quite make eye contact with Aslan. Why do you think this is the case? Or just write about this one. Has someone ever forgiven you for a wrong that you did them? Describe the situation and how it felt. All right. Your homework is only to finish any late stuff. That's it, right? If you're done early, go outside, do a workout, do some burpees, do 20 push-ups. Bye, everybody. Contact me with questions.